What's up, man? Rapsheet Hollywood, man, where hip-hop meets Hollywood, man. We bring you all of that fly news about everything hip-hop. Check it, man. It's been going down, man. I've been getting a lot of calls from people from the East Coast, man. My family, New York, Brooklyn to be exact, hitting me up. What's going on with the Big U? You know what I'm saying? What's going on with the whole indictment? Like, you know what's going on in the streets? For the record, I don't really know what's going down the streets, but I do keep my ear to the streets. That's for sure. Yo, it's been crazy, man. If you look at this next video, I'm about to have y'all check out. Wack100 goes on Adam22 podcast on this show, Wack100 Adam22, and he explains a little bit about the whole situation and if he's next to get indicted. Y'all check this out. You just said that.
What?
Well, you just ran down on Flacco and gave him a big old bear hug, which is interesting because he's got a variety of conspiracy theories about you. And
you should call him in here, bro.
He's on the news right now, but he seems as if...
What's the conspiracy theory? I don't... See...
He thinks you're losing your mind, and he thinks that you might snap and do something to him. His words.
I'm losing my mind. Why does he think that?
He says that you seem angry, irrational, that he just feels like you're kind of on the verge of doing something crazy. And he didn't say it, but it feels like the suggestion is that maybe this is because of the stress that the Big U Rico is putting on you, since you might feel like, since you were so wrapped up in so much of his dealings, that maybe you're next on the feds platter.
What do you mean dealings?
You know, like I'm watching Rich Homie Quan, and he's talking about how when rest in peace, that when he had to come to LA and check in, that it was like you and Big U sort of two men in the situation.
We was having a conversation
about checking in.
No,
all right, man. Let's talk about it. First and foremost, as we know, Big U was indicted for federal charges of extortion, murder, the biggest one. They had a bunch of other charges on there, sex trafficking, all kind of stuff. So not only was he indicted, but there was probably like about 13 other people that was indicted. Amongst them, Brick Baby, popular from the No Jumper podcast, and then Loose Cannon. I had a chance to meet Loose, you know what I'm saying, before, and you know, Loose is who he said he is. You know what I'm saying? That is definitely authentic to me, what I saw. So once again, Big U was indicted. Also with him, Brick Baby, popular from the No Jumper podcast, and then also Loose Cannon. I had a chance to meet Loose, and believe me, Loose is who he says he is. You know what I'm saying? All my people on the back on the East Coast like, yo, what's the deal? Yeah, he's really, you know what I'm saying, outside like that, or was outside and was, you know, doing it. Now, he kind of put himself, obviously, man, in this day and age of trolling, he put himself in a situation where he was like openly speaking about what he was doing. And like, I thought it was crazy when he first, you know what I'm saying, he called me, you know what I'm saying, and was promoting some of his videos and putting some of his stuff out. And like, you know, as a media outlet, he was like, yo, you know, put this up. And I was just like, yo, are you sure you want this to go out? And he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Throw it up. So I'm like, sheesh. I mean, to me, it just seemed like it was a matter of time before the police caught up with him. But that was something that he was on. He was promoting it. He was pushing the line. And so that did happen. So federal indictment charges are out. Wack100 obviously used to run with Big U. He was, at one point in time, he talks about in this video, he was one time family. You know what I'm saying? They had each other keys to the house. Like, you know, they knew each other family. He met Big U's dad and, you know what I'm saying, everything else. He was, I think, maybe godfather to his kids. He said they ran for like 17 years. I didn't know it was that long, but they ran for a long time and was down. But then they got into it and then they started beefing. So some people were saying, did Wack100 tell on them? You know what I'm saying? One thing that Wack did do, from what I saw, and this is nothing my own personal, it's just everything that's been put out there. I'm just reporting the news, but he basically was able to, like, through his Clubhouse channel, he was, you know, allowing people to talk. And in that channel, they were the first people really saying about this murder of Rayshawn Williams. And so that's really what Big U is caught up on over anything, is about this murder. So it's a lot going on. I think, you know, if you saw the video from Big U before he went in, he basically said that, you know, 600 is a dude who's been kind of putting out there a lot of the narrative, saying that Big U was out here. He said he was with the police when the feds came to pick him up. He said that Wack was responsible. You know, he said a lot of different things on his last video. If y'all haven't seen that, check that out. Before he goes in, Big U gives his last final comment before he turns himself in. But it just gets to be real crazy, real skeptical at the end of the day. I think that in this last video right here that we just showed on Adam100 and Adam22 and Wack100, you know, Wack really just speaks to the fact that he, you know, he knew that this was kind of coming and he could see it. He talks about the fact that, you know, Big U was moving how he wanted to move on his own, how he tried to get him into a different lane and how they really helped him to get into the entertainment business. And, you know, Big U chose to kind of still stay within his neighborhood. And he did point out an important part of it, which is everybody that's in that federal indictment is all from his neighborhood, all from Rolling 60s. So it's a crazy situation, man. If y'all not tapped in, like, you know, you got to keep your head, you know what I'm saying, on a swivel. You got to peep out what's going on. And it's serious out here in these LA streets. So, yo, I hope everybody, you know, gets to a point where they not, you know, behind bars. Nobody wants to be there. Don't wish that on anybody. But let's make smarter decisions, man. Let's get better out here. Real talk, man. It's your boy Poop Diesel, man. Rapsheet Hollywood. Yeah.